Welcome to Q&A for ATT. My name's Ella. I'm a ATT 2 student ambassador.
Hi, my name's Kira and I'm also a second year ambassador.
Hi, my name's Aisha and I'm in third year of ATT.
And we hope to answer some of your questions about ATT today. So the first question is, what's your favorite part about studying ATT? Do you want to go ahead? You have the longest experience.
I probably like the more non-labby stuff. Like, I love being able to study science and whatnot, but also be able to do all the other things around, like the pharmaceutical industry, such as like data analytics, project management element of it, like the enterprise and innovation, and probably the placement. Like, I'm really looking forward to that. Like, I'm kind of ready to leave for 8 months and experience like the working world and whatnot before coming back for 4th year.
You see, I'm really into the labby stuff. I really like the labs because I'm like very type A, step by step by step. We didn't do that correctly, we have to redo it, type of thing. I really do enjoy the structure of the labs and the like science part, but it is interesting to like do data analytics and business, though I don't think I have the mind for business.
No, I don't think either. Like, I agree with you, but I think I like variety. Like, I love science, that's what led me into the course. But then I'm thinking that like every now and then you have to spice it up.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that I don't walk out of here like a general science student.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's great. Like you do your science, you're not always doing it all the time. Like you just have your data analytics little break, your computer lab, or you can do like your group project for like project management or something like that. And it's great that like you're just not one of those bog standard science students. All you know is science. Like you're actually able to do something with it.
Yeah, I think the hard part about that one is just
Managing.
that it's not right or wrong.
Yeah. I think,
It's not right or wrong, and that's what I like about the labs. You're either right or you're wrong.
That's so true. I feel like being an ATT pushes you to like change that mindset. The learning curve is steep, but it is like a really beneficial one before going out to the world of work.
Like it's like forced growth mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's like I can't stay fixed mindset, because if not, I'm gonna like fail.
I'm gonna get bored. That's my issue. I'll get bored really quick.
Okay, so the second question is, what is the workload like in ATT? Points would very much. You don't want to think that it's like a really, really easy course. You'll be fine. You'll be grand. Like RCSI is a very prestigious college. They do expect academic excellence, so you do need to work hard. It's not one of those things where you can just like go into college, do nothing, don't go to lectures, just hang around. It's not like that. You really do need to put the effort in.
It is like a full 9-to-5 job, especially in first year. Especially in first year when you're getting used to changing from a leaving cert schedule to a very adult schedule, if that makes sense. It is full on. It is. You can do it. It is like an achievable amount of work.
Yes, absolutely.
But it is a lot in comparison to what you probably were used to growing up.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one thing is to take into account, in first year you share like a lot of your modules with pharmacy and you sit the same exams they do. So that might like kind of put things in perspective for you. You are coming to a medical and health sciences university. You make a mistake, you may accidentally end up hurting someone seriously. So that is kind of the standard of work and ethic you need to put into your academics. But as the girls were saying, like, it's doable as long as you apply yourself.
And that doesn't mean there's like no time for like socializing and stuff. You still can get it in.
Yeah.
But you just have to be smart with your time.
Yeah.
Like procrastinating on Quizlet with music instead of on YouTube, you know?
Absolutely.
Like the one thing you can for certain say you'll come out of RCSI with is good time management skills.
Oh yeah.
Especially ATT, because I think like the program it's such a different way of assessment and like workload, in the sense that it's not just exams. Like there's CAs, group work, lab reports, research bits and pieces, data analytics, like, and your exams. So you need to manage your time well, and I think that's where the heavy workload may come from. It's actually being able to like mentally and physically organize yourself and your time to make sure that you can study, enjoy yourself, and also do well in your academics.
Because it's really, especially being in such like a health sciences medical college, burnout is on the horizon. It's a
yeah.
possibility. You really do have to be careful, because especially us being in second year. In first year, it doesn't really hit you because you're like, okay, I'm just trying to settle into college. It's no pressure. But then in second year is when it was really like, okay, I need to start working. If I don't do this, I'm going to be in trouble.
But you'll be fine though.
Yeah,
Like,
you'll be
Of
grand.
course, no, it's
Like,
fine.
If we
it's fine.
survived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the social life like?
Personally, I was like very antisocial in first year. My bad. This year though, I did socialize, and I do have a work-life balance, believe it or not. But yeah, last year it was made available to me. I just didn't avail of it.
Yeah, for me, first year starting college, it was like, okay, I have to find some hobbies. I cannot just sit in my room studying or reading and just being by myself. So it was great that there were so many club societies in the college, so many options for stuff to do, so many opportunities to meet new people, not just in your course, but in other courses too. Especially being in ATT, you don't really get like that opportunity to like interact with other courses as much, because it's not really patient facing, so you don't really have those like simulation labs or like multidisciplinary meetings as such. Yeah.
My social life, I'm gonna have to echo Ella's. I think in first year I kind of like threw myself into the books out of fear of failure, not knowing kind of like the college life and adjusting. But then in second year, the ATG stock started, and I like joined committee as education officer. So I like even being a part of that committee like really pushed me to kind of get into whatever's happening on the social life calendar. So I'd say like in second year I definitely got my work-life balance. Like I went to the balls, I enjoyed myself, I took my cup of coffees, all of that. What I will say is you get out of it what you put into it, and that is so real. If you actively try, even if you don't actively try, there's always something there. There's always someone kind of being like, oh, do you want to head out? Do you want to do this? Let's go to this party. Don't sell yourself short and say no, because you'll get burnt out much quicker if you do. But the social life is there.
Yeah, like I think a lot of people don't take into account that you need a break.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And it's you might socially be exhausted from college, but college social exhaustion and social exhaustion is two different things. Like you might just need to go for a coffee with someone.
Yeah.
Or something more. But
I was gonna say that like you might think maybe coming to a smaller college won't give you that sort of like college life that the bigger ones do. But if anything, I think it's even better there's a smaller one, because you kind of know everyone there, and you get to meet new people all the time, even though apparently it's a small college. But like you get the bowls, you get the nights out, you get the activities on college, and because even the activities that happen on college, like there's only a couple of buildings they could be in, you can actually make it to. So you're not like trekking to other sides, so everything's so close by to you.
And from what I've heard, I think our like nights out are nicer, because it's not like 200 people, or if it is, that's the maximum, you know. It's like you and all your friends can go without like rushing for tickets or something along the lines. You can really make an informed decision per se.
But that's not to say that like RCSI is completely isolated as a college. You'll never meet anyone from other colleges. There are opportunities for intervarsities. We do play sport in RCSI. We're not just medical junkies. We do have sports teams. We do have competitions across the country. We do other stuff that isn't just isolated to health sciences.
How is ATT different from a science degree? Versatility. That would be the key phrase. You will be hyper qualified, and like we said, that's why the workload is so much, because you are getting qualified in much more than most people.
And you have so many opportunities when you finish. It's not just like your bog standard work in a lab, do manufacturing or stuff like that. There's so much outside of that you can go into, from like data analytics to consulting to medical writing to just research and management, like consultancy. And medical devices. There's so much you can go into.
Do you have classes with meds, pharmacy, and physio? I feel like we kind of covered that.
In first year you do. So you do share a lot of first year with pharmacy. You do some 2-year chemistry modules with physios and foundation year meds. However, like in second year you really specialise into the
ATT.
BSc and
Yeah.
the ATT program.
Mm.
So you get to make those relationships in first year, so you can still like interact and stuff, and there's always the social life, but you wouldn't necessarily share the classes.
Yeah. On that topic, how big is the class?
Okay, well, what comes with such a new course, the classes are small, that's to be expected. So, especially in such a small college as well, we had 60 in our cohort probably, and a bit less than that in Aisha's cohort. But after that, like, we are having like bigger cohorts coming in. Like this year is like
I think there's about 70.
about 70. So it is a small course size, but it's great because you get to meet everyone. You'll always interact with the same people. You actually get to know them. It's not like you see one person and then like you see them again in like 3 months time.
Mm-hmm.
You do get to interact with those people on a regular basis and actually make meaningful relationships with them.
Yeah. And the college facilitates the cohort size.
Yeah.
Like, you will never feel squished.
So
For sure.
the next question is, do I need to be good at maths? So you need a H4 to get in. That is part of the entry requirement. However, I think for a leaving cert student, if that's the way you're coming into ATT, the maths in the leaving cert isn't necessarily the maths we'd be doing, and the maths we'd be doing is more statistics. So you'll be taught that in college. So if you're a person who's like, I really don't like maths, that's okay. As long as you know that 1 + 1 = 2, you will do just fine. Like there's not, like it's very much the biology end of it. Like I wouldn't be
Yeah.
worried about maths now.
Like, I wouldn't even like classify it as maths. Like, if someone
Yeah.
asked me, it would be statistics.
Yeah.
Because of the coding component that's so big, you know. We're never actually doing the mathematical side of it. It's, do you know how to ask the computer what to do? Yes,
And
you
do
taught me.
Yeah. Do you know how to understand what the computer is giving back to you? So it's more like the analytical skills in maths, but not the traditional maths you'd be
Of
doing
course.
in your leaving cert.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It feels like I'm reading a fat log tables.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah, it does. It does. If you can derive stuff from your log tables, you're pretty much set. After that, the computer does a lot of the work for you.
Like, I have had lecturers that said, if you need to, just look up the code.
Yeah.
You'll be good.
Yeah.
Next question is, what types of modules do you do? Okay, so we do a bit of science, we do a bit of data analytics, we do a bit of professional formation, like learning,
Management.
like communication, teamwork, leadership, all that sort of
Power
stuff.
skills.
Power skills, and yeah, it's very broad. Like, you'll never say that you're not like stuck in a course. Especially for me, looking for a course, it was really about like not being stuck in the same spot, because the career like world is changing all the time. So it's great to know that like when you come out of that course, the skills you've learned is still going to be valid. It's still going to be meaningful and useful to help you find a job.
Yeah. I feel like that's a pretty good answer right there, yeah. Anything to add?
I would say it's very future focused as well. So if you're
Yes.
someone who is interested in healthcare or like science, but doesn't necessarily just want to end up in the lab, like you do the AI, you do the data analytics, you do the connected health. So there's always something there for everyone. You may not like every single course, but there'll be definitely something in there that you will like.
What is a day in the life like in year 1? So,
Busy.
yes.
Busy.
Yeah.
Pretty much, not to sugarcoat it, it is very much 9 to 5, 5 days a week. You are doing a lot of your modules with pharmacy, so that does play a role, because they have some modules that we don't have, and of course we have some modules that they don't have. So it is very busy. The average day will probably be like, come in for 9, have a few lectures, mostly 6 lectures a day, maybe 2 labs a week.
And then there is also that like self-study element where you have to do your lab reports in your own time and like look over things. But then also, because RCSI is aware of our schedules, all of the like societies are kind of like after
afterwards.
5, like 6, like you will never find an event that's on too early, maybe too late, but like, yeah.
I think first year is a bit hectic just because of like you have to understand all the basics before you get into anything too deep. So it is, as the girl said, like a 9 to 5. I would say 7 days a week because you're doing that self-study Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
And as the girl said, like you do have to kind of pace yourself through it, slowly and steadily. But it is like first year is going to be one of those that you walk in September and you will continue working until May.
And you will walk out a different person.
Absolutely.
100%. Yeah.
In the best way.
Yeah, in the best way. Of course.
What are the job opportunities like? So like we said, there is a lot of versatility, clinical trials, research, manufacturing, management, quality control, and that's just off the top of my head.
Data analytics, consultancy, management, medical devices.
Government work, if you're into that.
Anything
Public
and
sector.
everything somewhat related to healthcare.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah.
You'll
you
be
can
able to.
apply yourself to.
Yeah.
So you're definitely not stuck to like what pathway you want to take. So like as I said, like it's kind of one of those, you walk in, you figure out what you do or don't like, and sometimes it's actually maybe figuring out what you definitely don't like is more important than the other one, and then you test it all out. But like you're not stuck into you have to do this after you leave.
And contrary to the title of our course, it is not engineering based. It is very much not.
Now there are people in year 3 who are going out, like I know someone who is validation engineer. So if that is something that you're interested in, but you don't want to do a full-on like engineering course, so you only maybe want the healthcare science of it, and the healthcare side, like it is something you could go into because we do the manufacturing, we do those bits. So the course will take you wherever you want it to take you.
Yeah, it's kind of just like, grasp every opportunity. Well, ATT will throw every opportunity at you.
Of course, yes.
Personally, now I'm not sure, but I would like to go into cancer research, drug development around. Do you want to do this?
What is it with everyone being like cancer research?
Oh no, that's the dream. That's the dream. I don't know
why.
why.
Like talking about year 4 like research, and everyone's like, oh yeah, cancer is really interesting. There seems to be. I think RCSI is one of those where we also house like the leading experts in research in cancer.
Yeah.
So it might be one of those as well. Like we're constantly kind of. I mean, I get it. It's such a big healthcare burden.
If that doesn't work out though, data analytics is an interest for me as well. So, like we said before, it's great because like if that route doesn't work out, you always have something else to fall back on because you have that range of skills.
Yeah, drug development, like I would like to specify in the cancer area because I find that so interesting, and I also feel like what is available at the moment is not great.
No.
But like any development of drug will be fine.
I think being in 3rd year right now that I have learned that look, the changing kind of environment of jobs, research, all of that has, what I said to myself was like keep myself really open to anything. So like I'm going on to do like a consultancy kind of role. Didn't expect myself to. I would have thought this was like more 10-15 years down the line. But what I've learned is ATT gives you a really good background to kind of even maneuver yourself, even if it's you do consultancy now, you can go into manufacturing later, you can move from manufacturing to data analytics, and you can do so kind of smoothly because you have like the foundations in all of it.
On that topic, the next question is actually, can we hear more about the placement and supports available? So
in year 3 you do an 8-month placement, so that's from January to August. You can do it anywhere. Because of how diverse the course content is, there's no specification to what sort of company or industry you're kind of limited to. So you could go like your kind of traditional pharmaceutical company and apply to anywhere in that. So as I said, like some people are doing validation engineering, say some people are doing manufacturing, others are like QC, others are QA, some people are like lab support and tech ops. So there's a very like even in the current cohort like very varied in what they're doing in the pharmaceutical like company side of it. Some people are in research, so like some will be in the labs in hospitals doing research that way. Some might be in like clinical trials, others will be working maybe the more business end of it. So some people might be like consulting, or like it's a business kind of more like finance element of healthcare as well. which is really good because they have the healthcare experience and they know what a business decision, how that will actually affect the healthcare delivery that a company offers. So there's anything and everything. With regards to supports, there's a lot of supports. So in year 2 you will begin to get like CV and interview training. Even in the lead up to the interviews, you have like one-on-one mock trainings. There's the Compass team, so they're like the career kind of team here in RCSI. You can always like email and book in a session at any point. Like I know I availed of them to kind of prep me for like that kind of high level interview, because you are competing against every student in the country who wants that job. But I would say that we're like those supports make you that much better in the interview stage and in the application stage. So anything you want to do, go for it, and the supports are there. And also, I think I didn't touch about this, but you can do your internship like abroad. Again, you might have to self-identify and self-source that one, but like you will be supported.
Biggest question of the whole interview. Why did you choose RCSI?
Okay, so for me, ATT was very much a spur of the moment, light bulb moment for me. I was just randomly looking. I knew I wanted to do science, and I sort of narrowed it down to like that healthcare field. I knew I ideally didn't really want to work with patients, but I still wanted to make a difference. So I was just looking one day randomly at courses. At this point I was like sort of settling for like pharmaceutical science and like TUD or medical science and stuff. But then just randomly found ATT one day, thought it was intriguing, read about it, and I was sold. It was like everything I ever wanted in a course. And it was great because I didn't have to compromise anything I wanted, because I wanted to have science, but I also wanted to be able to do that little bit of computer work. I wanted to be able to have a little bit of a business background. So the course was great to like have that much like variety. Now it was a bit daunting knowing that if I got in, it was only going to be the second cohort, but I'm really enjoying it. So yeah.
For me, it wasn't a question of if RCSI, it was when RCSI. Ooh. You know. My one big problem was like I wanted RCSI, dream school. Oh, so cool. But I didn't want to do patient facing, like not at all. No, thank you. So it was just like, but I want the gym. I want the like St. Stephen's green. I want the like RCSI name. I want the bright red, you know. So the moment ATT came up, I was like sold. I was like, if RCSI is endorsing it, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I'm gonna echo. I found ATT 2 days before I changed of mind, not even on my CAO. So like my 10 CAO were all some sort of biomedical science. Like I knew that I wanted that. And then I saw advanced therapeutic technologies and I was like, oh, these are kind of the exact same modules as you run, let me put it down. And it didn't hurt that it was RCSI. I knew a family friend who was in pharmacy at the time, and they were like, I wouldn't have stuck with pharmacy if it wasn't for RCSI. She was like, my friends who are like in Trinity or Cork, like they're not getting the same level of support. So she was like, if you want a college that kind of actually cares and like genuinely wants your success at every point and has the supports to get you from year 1 all the way to year 4, RCSI is a really good place to be. So I put it down and here I am.
Like it has the funding and is willing to use it for like its students' benefit.
I think it's one of those, it's like it's a small college. You actually get to make a relationship with your professors and your academics. You see the same people, like that's what kind of drew me to it as well. It's going from secondary school to going to the big bad city, and then in a place where like you'll never see the same people again, and everyone's off in different campuses and different spaces. Like everything's so put together, and you actually get to embed yourself into the kind of RCSI halls. You get to speak to your lecturers. You have the same lectures again and again. Your lecturers are experts in their field. You know what I mean? There's always that kind of continuity as well. So I like that personally, because it makes that adjusting to college a little less daunting.
Yeah. Like for me, a big college was never sit right with me. The likes of like a huge campus was just very daunting for me, and I was just like, oh God, how would I cope with that?
I
And then I
love
found-
that we can't get lost.
And then I found RCSI, and exactly, you can never get lost.
It's great.
But
There's
it's so
only two-
funny. You still like there's still places that I'm still discovering now. It's like
Yeah.
even for how small it is, there's
Yeah.
something there that I don't know
Like,
about.
But you can't get lost though.
Somehow we
You might
only
not-
just discovered the third floor.
Oh, stop. We haven't gone to 4th or 5th floor
For
yet, so
study,
that's
nothing
on the
like-
cards now.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. You know, we just never had lectures there, so it's just like,
Yeah.
that's so
Wow.
fair. Because I like the reason I chose RCSI, I think it was the fact that I wasn't just going to be another number, and I wasn't going to be lost in the system.
Exactly, yeah.
There was that like one-on-one support, one-on-one care.
the facilities we have.
Oh, the
are
female-only gym, stunning.
beautiful. Or
Yeah.
even like the canteen. Like
Yeah, oh, it's
a different
great.
hot meal every single day. I bet the abroad students are like loving it.
Oh, yeah.
I love the fact that there's halal stuff.
I
I like
know.
the even like actually that was something else. It was the fact that like coming here wasn't like I wasn't compromising on my faith. There was a space to be who you are, no matter like what your background is. You were going to fit in.
Yeah,
And, like,
100%.
Again, like you weren't going to be lost. It wasn't feeling
Yeah.
like you were just gonna fade into the distance.
Yeah.
And like I think about RCSI, no matter where you're coming from, because you'll have to work with so many people and work with them in depth on group projects and whatnot. Like you
Yeah.
will form
Yeah.
The way
like even cultural competence,
Yeah.
and I think that's
Yeah.
so important for like the workplace later, because of how diverse RCSI is. In regards to culture, religion, background, you name it, we've got it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
your ability to then work in a massive pharmaceutical company that has companies across the entire world, you will be
Yeah.
able to understand and communicate in a way that is respectful for all.
Yeah.
So when you're looking at, you can work on a multidisciplinary team just fine because you've just been in a college that has had pharmacy, medicine, physio, research, all of that. You can work across a team with different cultures because you went to a university, as I said, that everyone is here.
Yeah.
And I think that like that sort of skill and that sort of interaction, you don't get anywhere else.
Yeah.
Like that would be something
No.
for me as well. Like it was so like, it was cozy.
Yeah.
That's a good word for it. Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
like,
100%.
as I said, like I don't, the aspect of a big school, not bad, just not for me.
There are a lot of
A lot of
supports in
supports.
place. So there's a lot of financial support. There's a lot of support for people who need like adjustments, reasonable adjustments.
Yeah. And then on the healthcare aspect, healthcare, fitness, we have the gym here, free charge for undergraduate students, which is great. And then also we have free access to Mercer's GP just down the road from the college, which is great as well. It's very accessible and it's free as well. It's no charge. You also have the Compass service where you can talk about like personal issues or career issues, just regular academic issues. And it's great, like if you do have an issue and it's to that point where you do need some extra help, they also have a counselling service,
Yeah,
which is
they-
great.
Which you can be referred to like very easily. Sports RCSI has like you are very much supported
Yeah.
not to survive but also to succeed. Like I think that's the big thing. Like I personally think that all those supports, there's a lot of mechanisms for support, and if you end up here, just send someone an email, they'll lead you down to whoever you
Yeah.
need to
Yeah.
And in first year, you're given a personal
Personal
tutor
be. Yeah.
who will, if you literally ask them, they will tell you.
Yeah.
Like if you're not sure, oh, do I qualify for these adjustments? They don't ask questions. Like you can go, they'll put, you can ask for separate rooms. I've heard you can have extra time. You can have even like earplugs or like guaranteed rough work paper for like exams and stuff.
Yeah, so you can definitely be referred onto those mechanisms, and then a specific like officer will sit down with you and go through the application process and explain it to you and all of that. So there's always someone there for supports, and there's like the student services as well is amazing.
Yeah.
Like I know even from society stuff, like they are great help to students, organising events, putting them together, and then if you're ever thinking about like, I know for like some of us like accommodation on placement, where do I look, how do I look, what should I look out for, like that is the entire kind of student life and student worry kind of system. They look after every single part of it. Accommodation, fees, maybe finances, best part of like student life, how to study, all of that. So if you're coming to RCSI, most important thing is ask. Like that's always my thing.
100%.
Ask. The worst they could say is no. And that was someone in RCSI when I asked about the peer mentor program. She was like, always ask everyone.
Yeah.
Because the worst they can say is no.
Yeah, and to touch on the peer mentor program, if you are a bit nervous to talk to one of the faculty or the staff, ATT does have a peer mentor program. You are assigned to 2-3 peer mentors at the start of the year who you can talk to, ask questions and such, just help you adjust to life in university. And it's great because you might feel a bit nervous to talk to someone, but it's great to have that resource to be able to talk to someone who's gone through the same thing you are.
About the peer mentor program, so to give you kind of examples as well, I'm going to touch on like student engagement in RCSI, which is something I really liked and that we didn't touch on before. Is that there are so many mechanisms to implement like new initiatives and projects as a student to make other students' lives better. And the peer mentor program, so I'm the student lead for that, and like it's great being able, like we didn't have peer mentors because we were the first cohort and we didn't have the people to look up to, and if you ask a pharmacy student they didn't get it because they're not doing the course you're doing. So it's great to have that now, and you're also in smaller groups, like so you get put together with other first years to have that and the seniors together, so you also get to know your mentees together, so it's that kind of more intimate sort of thing. Like there's always a support there. Don't be afraid to ask someone, don't be afraid to email them or stop someone and just be like, hi, I'm looking for this.
If you see Adele.
Yes, and look for the Dell and ATT. You
Adele will
know,
be
straight
covered in
away.
stickers, so that's how
So
you
will
find
mine,
We
but it's
stand
bigger
out.
than a MacBook.
We stand out amongst the apples.
Yeah, that's how
Be
we
proud
actually
of
knew, because like we were such a small cohort in year one.
That's how you
And
knew
like,
it was
we were in the
ATT.
train, and so there was like 120 pharmacies, 40 ATTs, and everyone was just spread across because no one knew. But you knew who was an ATT by the Dell.
Yeah,
That was the one way we actually
Yeah.
like, kind of figured ourselves out.
Yeah.
So RCSI provides you with a device. Thank God. And ATT, unlike the other courses, gets Dell Latitude instead of MacBook. Mostly because we have to run bigger data sets and have more computing power. But also, honestly, Windows is so much better.
My dad was impressed with the RAM. You know when you go to
Oh,
like
yeah.
McDonald's, you just like give it to me, let me open. Ooh, 32 gigabyte RAM.
Yeah, no,
Good laptop.
Yeah, my dad was reading it, and he's an electronics engineer, and he was like, "Oh, it's like a supercomputer."
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I knew it was good. I was like,
I was
I
like,
will be
yeah.
flexing on all y'all. Your laptops
Oh, yeah.
can't do anything.
No.
Don't be giving out to me.
MacBooks break down so often. in
That
comparison.
Dell has fallen down multiple flights of stairs. It is still going.
And it has warranty, which is
And
also
it does
great.
come with
It
like a
does come
4-year
with a
warranty.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
But like, I think RCSI as a whole, it ticks a lot of boxes that other places didn't, and that's what made ATT so appealing for me.
Yeah.
Because it's a tough degree.
Yes.
No like lie about that. But like the supports, the people, the environment, the social life, it compensates for all the toughness. So it kind of levels itself out, and you walk out of here like a happy, whole human at the end of it.
So that's everything we have for today. I hope we answered your questions, and we hope that you like,
Comment.
And subscribe.
Also, if you have any more questions, be sure to follow the RCSI Student Life Instagram, and to chat to the student ambassadors on Unibuddy. Just go on to RCSI/chat with us, and you can find an ambassador to talk to.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.